All right. What do we have here? This is all kinds of crazy. Gonna hit my camera stand. Swear to God, I knew that was happening. This is the Lynn Thompson Ti-Lite. It says so right there. He's got his name on the blade. 440C steel. And that used to be the bomb back in the 1980s. Now it's considered a lesser thing. But that is sharp. That is sharp, my friends. I got mine from White Mountain for 89 bucks minus $8.90 discount. So just about 80 straight up, free shipping, and it's a lot of knife for the money. Handle length 7 inches, 7 ounces overall, 440, 4 millimeter blade thickness, blade length 6 inches. It's 13 overall with Zy-X. And why they say black Zy-X? Because it ain't. It's green. So there you go. It's a big hoss, isn't it? Isn't that that's all kinds of crazy. Here's the box. And of course, they give you the data here as well. And his signature on the back. I guess. This is the way it came. So that's pretty cool. I like it. Some of his monster knives are really cool. I like, this is a liner log, by the way, the holdout. I've got a holdout one, which is the largest. Yes. And I really like that. So, and of course, I love my Frenzy that I've got, all that kind of thing. And speaking of monsters, you know, like the 4 Max, I've got this 4 Max. It was gray. I dyed it blue, but it's the Italian model. And then, of course, another monster, of course, is the 4 Max Scout. And then lesser monsters, but they're still hosses, are the AD-10. And we're just having a cold steel party out here, by the way. And the AD-15. And those, the AD-10 and AD-15, they're more expensive than the Scout, but they're less expensive than the 4 Max. And they both have CPM S35VN blades on them, so they've got a higher end steel than the Scout. The Scout having an AUS 10 blade, which still, thank God, it's a stainless, and it should be a good performer, really, a good user steel, I think. Now, this being 440, okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with 440. Just looking at that blade makes you want to cut something, don't it? You want to cut something? I know I do. Wow. I'm pretty impressed. Okay. It's pretty sharp. It looks like purely a self-defense and or, you know, knife like that. It's just not a practical everyday user, both from the size standpoint. For a lot of people, even the weight standpoint, 13 inches, but it's 7 ounces. A lot of people don't carry much over 4 to 5. I know I do. This is no big deal to me, but this is a big deal to a lot of other people. It's sharp. It's interesting. We'll take it apart here in a minute and take a look at it. It's a liner log. Look at that lockup on that crazy thing. And here's my biggest bitch about it, because really, I'm not going to bitch about much. I mean, it's not sharp up here, guys, in case you were interested. It's not sharp here, but it's sharp here. I ain't going to do that here, okay? But, I mean, and it's one that you can technically, you can wave out of your pocket, because this jimping here will catch the back of your pocket lip and whoosh. And I actually even posted a video on my Instagram, it's still there, of me waving it out of my pocket and still not cutting any other parts off on my body south of my pocket. So that was a good thing. But yeah, it's got the thumb stud, which that's how I open it. I just follow it around. My biggest bitch is this liner. Look at it, okay? Yes, there is a pass-through for your thumb. How thin is your thumb? Got to be to go through there. They needed to cut it open a little bit more. And here's the thing. Okay, if you look on my Free Tiger or even my Kershaw tumbler, there's a longer cutaway, not just that little teeny loop. You can get your finger in there, and on many knives, tumbler's an interesting knife. On many knives, they also have jimping along in here too. So that helps as well. None of these two apparently do. Great point there. But this is really polished here. That's really polished. And so I'm slipping across here. And I'll tell you another thing. When I go to push this free, it is, ooh, baby, that's a push to get this back here. That lock bar is really stiff, which is a good thing, and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because it's not going to easily disengage. It's a bad thing because when you try and disengage it, it's not quite as easy as I would like it to be. It's centered up. Seems all right from that perspective. And it's got this long back spacer on it. Holes in the front and the back. Of course, not ambidextrous on the thumb stud because there's a cutaway here, and you can't do that over here. Easy to actuate, though. I'm going to imagine these are washers here and not bearings, but I don't know. See, I'm pushing, trying to get that clear, but ooh, it's not easy. That is a really stiff lock bar. Got steel liners in here. Pocket clip, right hand only. It's not deep carry, but I don't think that would be a smart idea because really, this is all I got pocket capability. And I think that was in their minds when they designed this. That's about all. This will hit the bottom of my pocket right there. But it will, and it will just show nothing more than this part here when I've got it in my pocket. So it'll work. And it's not that much real estate front to back here, so that's not a problem. Interesting for the price. Maybe more novelty than anything else, but I'll guarantee you one thing. Yes, it could do damage. It really could. It's comfortable in the hand, and you got plenty of room on here. You got hand and a half for this handle because 6-inch blade, 7-inch handle, which begs the question. Blade length to handle is pretty good. Design flows fairly well, except for this piece out here. But, that's just the way this has got to roll with how it comes together there. Well, let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into here. I'm sure some. Every time I start taking a knife apart that I've never taken apart before, I go, what path are we headed down now? So, make sure these screws are the same length before I get too far down this road. Screws look the same length. No problem there. Number 8 here, shall we say? And yes, we shall. There's the outer scale, my friends. And just because we can, we'll take this liner off as well. And we got nothing else holding it. Okay. Okay, so yes, we have bronze washers. Here's the liner, nice and shiny, smooth, well done, nice. There's your back spacer, back spacer. Blade, and washer. Stop. All looks pretty nice. Here's your detent track. So really, pretty simple deconstruct on this one. If you wanted to take the pocket clip off, you could do that, although you got no other place to put it because it's not reversible. And if you take a look, you'll see this is a D-shaped pivot. And the D-shaped pivot, you know, pushes through here. This is where it'll hold it in place right on this side, not on the opposing liner, because there's no D shape here or on that scale. But I mean, that's going to hold it right there. Putting it back together shouldn't be too tough. Got this little plastic pin here. It runs up by your stop, and all these others match up in a row just like that. Blade lays right back down. Washer, liner, and outer scale right there. Put the pivot in just to kind of give us something to hold it all together for the moment. And since it's on washers, you got to be careful about how hard you tighten that thing down. But see, on the back, there's no screws there. They all come from this side. And they're all the same size, so it doesn't matter. Get this run up. Number 2. And number 3. And we look good. Okay, so, you know, if you over tighten it, there you are. As you release that a little bit, I think we're centered right there. So let's see what our action feels like. Feels good. And we're done. Nice. Ti-Lite, I think there's going to be some people that like it. I think there's going to be a lot of people who don't much care for it. It's not a sensible EDC, but I like the fact that Cold Steel will get out there and do some big, oversized, really interesting type knives. And this one is affordable as well. And it does have its purpose. Take care, my friends. Thank you so much. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.